time to play ball. Welcome to the podcast with no limits, whether it be sports, current events, or random thoughts. This is the place to step in and stay a while. Your host is a proud alumnus of Rio Hondo Prep, a former minor league baseball umpire, and a man with strong opinions. Welcome to the Get Home Safe podcast and your host, Matt Hersema.
Hey guys, and welcome to a special edition of the Get Home Safe podcast. First of all, this is the first time we have recorded live on Facebook Live. So I want to make sure everything is going smoothly out there. Would love to hear from you guys out there, the Rio Hondo Prep fans. Let me see here. I will try to follow this as best I can while recording today. First time for me doing a Facebook Live show as well as doing it on Zoom and everything. So we're trying something new here. Everything looks okay so far. We have 4 people watching. It looks. Chris Alba is tuning in. Let me see who else is here. Freddie Monteblanco is liking the episode here. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Elizabeth Young. Okay, it looks like we are good to go here. We are up and running. We are on Zoom. The Get Home Safe podcast. Happy Halloween, everybody. Happy Halloween to everybody out there. I want to see if I can pull up comments here. Let me see. Continue watching. Well, no, not on that. Anyway, first time for me doing this. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys today. A big reason we're doing this live today is because the CIF football pairings are coming out at 10 o'clock in roughly 15 minutes. We're looking forward to that. We're going to have instant reaction, see if Rio Hondo Prep does in fact get in the playoffs, as well as who they're playing. Fingers are still crossed. Nothing is guaranteed, mind you. All signs point to Rio probably getting in with an at-large bid today. But they did lose to Campbell Hall, finished second place in that league, and they're only taking one team automatic qualifier in the playoffs from that league. So completely different year this year with CIF and the divisions, the projections, right? Dave Drain for Rio Hondo Prep, he's on the staff. He's done his very best bracketology to try to see exactly where the Kares will end up. All signs are kind of pointing to Rio being in Division 7, which, to put it in perspective, there's 14 divisions in high school football in California. Rio Hondo has never played above Division 12, I think. 12 was the highest division back when there were 13. They won a playoff game a few years ago in Division 12, I believe it was. So that was big for the program. But a first time this year, potentially, again, everything's potential where the Kares will end up. They could be playing up against some pretty big schools. So I am just making sure that everything is correct. Okay, the Zoom meeting is recording. Everything is good here. I'd love to hear from you guys. If anybody's out there, let me send us a comment right now. Let me know the sound is good, first of all. As always, that is always a challenge. Let me know the sound is good. Let me know. Let me see. What else do we need here? Any questions you guys have before we get going here? 10 a.m. The pairings will come out. I'll jump right into see if Rio does get in, and we'll go from there, really. But also later today, I'm going to be joined by Mark Carson. We're going to do this exact same thing at 12 o'clock today. A lot of people are in church. It's just easier to coordinate and getting people together after the pairings have come out. I want to do an instant reaction show, but later today, 12 o'clock, right here at this channel, same bat time, or not same bat time, but the same channel here, Facebook Live. And if you don't have Facebook Live, or maybe someone you want to have watch this doesn't have Facebook Live and they want to watch it on Zoom, most people have Zoom. If they want to watch it on Zoom, I will provide the link. I am all about it. We can have multiple people on the Zoom call. That way you can have some questions for Coach Carson today. We're going to have some other staff members, I think, on the Zoom call today. Maybe if I've confirmed Edwin Nixta, the vice principal of Rio Hondo, Dave Drain, Ed Drain, maybe AJ Corsini, a few coaches on the call. I do have a voice message from Landon Goodwell, the all-time rushing leader at Rio Hondo Prep with over 4,000 yards. He has a message for the football program and a personal message for Jonathan Guerrero, who recently passed 3,000 yards in his career. And I have some thoughts on that as well that, again, we will get to at our noon show. But right now, it's just kind of a countdown to the brackets being released. Like I said, all signs point to probably Division 7. That's all the homework Dave Drain has done. So we'll see. We shall see what exactly where the Kares will land. But the show later. Okay, I pulled up my phone here. I got comments. Okay, here we go. I couldn't see the comments on the Facebook Live on my computer screen, but I can finally see the comments on my phone here. Okay, sound is good. Thank you, Elizabeth. Sound is great. Thank you, Fred. Chris Alba, Dr. Alba. Hello, good morning, sir. And Mark Burrell, fire up RHP. All right. Yes, indeed. It is RHP football time. So, okay, guys, thank you for tuning in today. Hopefully we'll get more people here, but shoot me your questions or comments or whatever you like. That's the big reason we're doing this on Facebook Live, so that you guys can interact. And again, this is almost like a test run, a rehearsal, if you will, for our show later today with Mark Carson, where fans can watch us do this live and, comment. And again, just to repeat, if you don't have Facebook Live, all right, or you guys have Facebook Live right now, obviously, because you're watching this. But if you don't have Facebook Live and you want to share this with somebody, by all means, I'll send you the Zoom link later when we do record that at 12 o'clock. But right now, we're doing this live. It's on Zoom actually too. So all things are going well here. Let me adjust my camera. I get a little weirded out, I know, with all my stuff here. It looks like on the Facebook Live on my screen, I'm about 5 seconds behind. 5, yeah, roughly. Okay. All is well. All is well. I'm not freaking out here. I recorded with in a non-related story with my girlfriend Valerie. We recorded an episode for Friday. The sound was terrible. That's why I'm a little paranoid about the sound right now, but I will fix that. And Val and I will probably re-record a show here soon. So anyway, probably today, and get that out later today too. Again, not related to Rio football, but that's just a brief commercial, if you will. What are you guys' thoughts out there? Fans watching, fans tuning in. What are your thoughts on the Rio Hondo playoff situation? What are some of your memories of Rio Hondo Prep playoff runs? Obviously, they've won 14 CIF championships. 14, let me see. 8-man 10. 2005 was be 11. To 09. And then the back-to-back years. So yeah, 14 times CIF champion, Rio Hondo Prep. And I think 5 other times as runners-up. Got to have the coffee. You guys know, got to have the coffee this morning. Okay, let me see here. I just want to bear with me today. Bear with me. This is, again, let's see. This is a dress rehearsal for later today. It'll be easier to talk with Coach Carson. 9:53. So we are looking at, let me see, 7 more minutes until the brackets are released out there. Let me see. But anyway, guys, playoff football to me with Rio Hondo Prep, some great memories. The first CIF championship game I attended was in 95. Rio lost that game at home, controversially, of course, 28-26. I'll never forget it. I was a 5th grader. And it was either later, I think it was earlier that year. I got to win a youth football championship on that field, and just watching Rio Hondo play a home championship game was just so cool to me. The following year, Rio went down to Lake Elsinore, where our good friend Fred Monbaco lives now, a CIF alum, or CIF playoff alum, I should say, runner-up in 2004 to those Hamilton Bobcats. Anyway, sorry, Fred. Anyway, down in Lake Elsinore, Cal Lutheran, Rio went down there and just destroyed them. So a CIF championship game on the road. And it was the first of 3 consecutive championships for Rio Hondo Prep. And I remember going down and watching that game, and Rio winning in their home whites. It was a first championship I got to witness. Very, very cool stuff. Just dominated the game start to finish. They won, again, 3 consecutive titles there. In 99, lost in the semifinals to Grace Brethren. Hate those guys. They ended my high school football career. And then Rios won another 2 titles in 2000 and in 2001, the final 8-man season. And who can forget that legendary overtime game against Joshua Springs in 01. So potentially Rio could have won 6 in a row, but 5 in 6 years will have to do. Actually, let's see. Had they won in 95, had they gone and won in 99, you're looking at potentially 8 championships in a row. Didn't happen, but you know what? If we got to go back in time and do it all over again, you never know. So anyway, those are some of my memories of Rio Hondo Prep football. Playoffs, the championship game in the rain, right over here at Covina District Field, right around the corner from me. I grew up going to games there and just really loved every second that Rio played in that game. They lost to Linfield Christian, a tough evening in the rain, in the mud, but just that was a great team too, man. Some great players on that Rio team. Anyway, let me see. I'm just stalling here, counting down time, waiting for those brackets to come out. They'll be here soon, I'm sure. But Rio Hondo Prep football is, I've said this all season and just promoted this from the very beginning with my podcast, is that Rio Hondo Prep football is special. It needs to be promoted constantly, and you either get it or you don't. And hopefully people out there who have not been big supporters of Rio, maybe you guys have learned a thing or two, maybe become fans, and I just, I'm going to keep doing this. It's a lot of fun for me to talk about Rio Hondo Prep football, and it's a way to contribute. I wish I could do more, honestly, but I love my alma mater. I got my Rams on here. They're about to start here in a couple of minutes, but you know what? The Rams never loved me back. There's no, it's not the same as watching your high school team play. So any more comments out there? I'm just trying to keep track of so many things right here. Let me see. Who was this? Oh, this was a while ago. Oh, anyway, yes. Yeah. Halloween evening tonight for everybody. Hope everyone is ready to go. We're at the house here. We got candy everywhere. Still drinking the pumpkin coffee, ready to rock and roll. Happy Halloween to everyone out there. We'll keep saying that, but I'm just holding the ball here and ready to go. I want these playoff brackets to come out. The anticipation. What's tough for Kare Church, I believe, still is 10 a.m. So I wonder if there's gonna be any guys while church is starting looking down at their phones. Are you guys? I don't know. Is that acceptable? Is that not? Maybe saying a final prayer is what a lot of people are doing there at Kare Church. So a couple more minutes away here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go to the page here and just try to get this ready. Live stream. I'm not sure. There should be something posted. Brackets will be live. Okay. So CIF website here. It says brackets will be live at 10 a.m. So we're just counting them down here, guys. So what I would like to see, honestly, Rio Hondo has made a history really of being on the road in the playoff, not just being on the road, but traveling great distances. We went to Kuyama for a playoff game, which if you don't know where it is, look it up. It's in the middle of nowhere. I played a semifinal game at King's Christian, which was up in like the Fresno area. So I would like for the boys to have a local game. Call me crazy, call me whatever, selfish. I would love it if Rio got paired up with a local team, maybe a Charter Oak, a Pasadena, something like that. I think that would be great for the program because Rio has wanted a long time to play a lot of these local schools, and maybe the playoffs in this new format, really, maybe that would give them the opportunity to do that and really make some noise. I think Rio's in a great position to, quotes, slay a giant, because Rio's going to be put in a division and up against a school that has a huge enrollment. And you might not think that matters. Well, it's just 11 players at a time on a field, but it does matter. It matters for depth. Obviously, the more bigger lot to choose from, you're probably going to have a good poll there versus, a school that is just about 100 students, and some darn good football players, I must say. But we're 1 minute away here. 1 minute away. What about the fans? Anyone out there? Let's see. Has anybody commented? This was a content topic yesterday. So we have a few more likes. No new comments. Let me see. I want all comments. All comments, not most relevant. Okay. I'm sorry, Fred. I wasn't ignoring you, buddy. All comments. I'm still learning. So Fred Monteblanco says, very important for the defense to set the tone early, look to create turnovers. I agree, Fred. We've talked about that with Coach Carson a lot. Create turnovers. If they win the turnover battle, they're going to be in ball games, as is often the case for most schools. Okay. Fred says it's very important for the team to continue to play like a pack of starved wolves. I like that. Worry about what you can control. No stupid penalties. Biggest advantage Rio always has is the discipline on both sides of the ball. I couldn't agree more. Players, they know how to think like coaches, even think like officials at times. And that's definitely an advantage for Rio. So yes, I agree, Fred. Defense is going to do it for them. Okay, here we go. 10 o'clock it is. Let me try to pull up the CIF here. Let me refresh the page, maybe. Will that work? I don't want to like push a button and then totally turn this thing off for some reason. Oh, the coffee's good. Oh, loading. Thanks, CIF. Come on, load this sucker. It's 10 o'clock. It's now 10:01 by my watch. I gave you an extra minute. Wonder if they're going to go. The site is probably going to crash right now. Just want to make sure my settings are all good. Everything's good. Okay. Don't let me down. CIF. Don't let me down. But very, very good point, Fred. Thank you for that. So when I step aside to another site, okay, I'm on another site. Can't reach this page. Are you kidding me? Oh, these are real frustrations, guys. Real frustrations. All right. View bracket. Here we go, Rio Hondo fans. Here we go. Okay. Division 1. Rio will not be in that. Let me see here. Probably not Division 2. Let's jump to Division 7 because that was where they'd be projected. And let's see if Rio Hondo Prep is in the Division 7 playoffs. I can't believe it. I am so happy. Guys, Rio Hondo Prep on the road at Charter Oak. Charter Oak, right around the corner from my house here, the school that I grew up going to games when I wasn't going to Rio Hondo Prep games. Rio Hondo Prep at Charter Oak. You heard it here first. This is outstanding. I am so fired up. Not just that Rio Hondo Prep is in the playoffs, but they are, in fact, going up against the Charter Oak Chargers from Covina, right around the corner here. A very short trip down Arrow Highway for Rio Hondo Prep. This is a huge moment in Rio Hondo history. Mark Carson is going to be fired up. He went to Charter Oak games a lot before he got into coaching. I just can't believe this. Rio Hondo Prep in Division 7, as projected. They do get in as an at-large. They're going to be playing the Charter Oak Chargers. They're at the very bottom of the bracket here. That game will be Friday night unless something changes. Let's see. It says 7:30 here, but that might change to 7. We'll let you know. But wow, Rio Hondo Prep is in Division 7, the highest division they've ever been in, and they will be playing the Charter Oak Chargers at Charter Oak. I can walk to the game virtually. I know my dad is very happy. That's a very short trip. The Charter Oak, pretty good stadium there as well. I had some very good friends who went to Charter Oak, very good friends. Charter Oak, a great football program. Their coach, Lou Farrar, passed away recently, legendary coach. I really wanted somebody local, and this is very, very awesome to hear this. Congrats, Rio Hondo Prep. You guys are in the dance. You got a local game. You get to take on an opponent that I've wanted Rio to play for quite some time. I'm very excited about this. Some of my other friends out there, Jacob Hauser, Nick Fuentes, Jan Balon. These are Charter Oak graduates, former CIF champions themselves. I'm just so fired up about this game. I really, really, really want to get to that. Let me see. You can't expect it to run efficiently. It's a stair run? Oh, okay. I'm not sure. Sorry, guys. I'm just very, very excited. Thank you for the live announcement from Elizabeth Young. Yes, indeed. I want to talk about who else is in this bracket, guys. The number 1 seed in this bracket, it looks to be, is Pasadena. So again, local flair here in Division 7. Pasadena against Thousand Oaks. That is the first game at the top of the bracket. La Mirada hosts Golden Valley. La Mirada is a really good football program. Been around, been very successful for a very long time. El Rancho will host Lusinger. El Rancho isn't very far away. I think Santa Fe Springs. I was hoping maybe Rio get paired up with them. My good friend Sal Cirillo is a basketball coach there. But again, this is the other half of the bracket. So Rio would not see any of these teams until potentially the finals. Lusinger at El Rancho. Aquinas from San Bernardino, they're going to host Xavier Prep. So that is one side of the bracket that you don't have to worry about for quite some time. Here's Rio Hondo's other bracket. It looks like Mark Carson just tweeted. Oh, we tweeted out. Okay. Rio Hondo will play at large Charter Oak in Division 7. Yes. We're getting some updates here. I'm not sure what time church started for everybody out there, but anyway, Rio Hondo at Charter Oak. This is, I still can't wrap my head around. This is a dream matchup really for Rio Hondo, and bragging rights on the line for my buddies and, the Charter Oak, and the Charter Oak's been a big time program here in the San Gabriel Valley for a long time. And, they get a little more. It's finally going to happen, man. It's finally going to be, put up or shut up. Rio Hondo with a great opportunity here to really make some noise in the San Gabriel Valley. This is the east of San Gabriel Valley too, as compared to the other side of the 605 when they've before taken down giants like Arcadia. They've played, I think it was La Cañada. They've played, who else was over there? Anyway, I'm sorry. I can't believe it. Rio Hondo at Charter Oak on Friday night. Okay, here's the other half of the bracket. Here. Pacifica, which is in Garden Grove, they're going to host Mira Costa. And then Troy out of Fullerton will go to Altaloma, which is in Rancho Cucamonga. So those four teams, whoever wins out of that, that's who will play each other. The very bottom of the bracket, Rio and Charter Oak. Potentially, it's the second round matchups for whoever wins that game. It'll either be St. Pius, St. Matthias, or Heritage. Heritage, I've actually refereed down there. Very good program. Where are they exactly? It's out in like Riverside, I think. Very good football program, I should say, because I don't know how they are this year. But those are the potential second round matchups for Rio. Heritage is the road team there, so that would be a coin flip if Rio did in fact get in there. So let's look up a few things first. And again, for those who just joined the show, Rio will be traveling to Charter Oak Friday night in the first round of the playoffs. It is Division 7. And later today, about noon, we're going to do a Facebook Live recording just like this, for our episode, our interview with Coach Mark Carson. And let me see here. I just want to look up Charter Oak, see what their record is, what their deal is. Man, I'm jacked up, guys. Rio Hondo, Charter Oak. I've wanted either Charter Oak, Glendora, Northview. These are schools I grew up watching that I would love to see on the Rio schedule. Okay. Charter Oak's an at-large, apparently. They were 0-3 in their league. They're 5-5 on the season. So I'm not sure how at-large berths work, but to put into perspective here, some of the teams they have played, and I'll break all this down with Mark Carson later on. Let me see. Okay, so let's talk about their wins first of all. Charter Oak opened the season with a 27-13 win against St. Joseph, who is from Santa Maria. So quite the trip there. Charter Oak also beat Northview 35-13 in week 2. So a couple of nice wins to start the year. They beat South Hills 36-0 in September, and then followed that up with a win against West Covina 37-20. So 2 victories over local teams there, kind of local rivalries. They also beat their longtime rivals at one point anyway, Los Altos 34-6. And those are all the wins for Charter Oak. South Hills, West Covina, Los Altos, let me see here, Northview. So man, they kind of own the city of Covina, West Covina there. But anyway, and then a win over St. Joseph. Now to the losses. Glendora is one of the best teams this season in the area. Glendora beat Charter Oak 28-14 in the Mayor's Cup. I know Charter Oak is technically Covina, but it's kind of that weird Covina Glendora border. They lost to Chino Hills, who's always pretty good, 27-7. They lost to Bonita of Laverne, 21-10, and also to Altaloma, who's on the other side of this Division 7 bracket. They lost to Altaloma 24-21. And was that their final? And then recently, I'm sorry, their final game of the season, they lost to 9-1 Ayala, 40-14 on Friday night. So Ayala has red and black like Rio does. So maybe a little foreshadowing there. I don't know. But Rio Hondo Prep against Charter Oak this Friday night. Again, a 5-5 Charter Oak team that was 0-3 in their league. So they finished the season here with 3 straight losses, five decent wins during the season as well. Man, I can't, I'm at a loss for words kind of here, trying to gather my thoughts and my emotions of everything. This is just a game that I'm just so excited about for Rio Hondo, for the program, for the history. Charter Oak is man, this is awesome. Jan Balon, there he goes. CO. Yeah, Jan, just because you left the Rio Hondo Prep after your freshman year, I think, and went over to Charter Oak, you did get a CIF championship. I was there rooting for you and my good friend Nick Fuentes and Juan Silva, former Gator, all CIF player, I believe, that year. So yeah, Jan, I don't know. We have to put maybe a little side bet on the game here, Jan. I did see my good friend Jan just last night, actually, for a little Halloween celebration. But yeah, so we'll have something on the line, I'm sure. My good friend Jacob Hauser, that'll be. I gotta text him right now. He probably knows this already. But man, Sam Hersema, you got a nice short drive from Dad's house on Friday. I have wanted Rio to play Charter Oak for so long, and Charter Oak's had some amazing teams. They're a little down right now. And okay, Jacob will probably be working a football playoff game somewhere. He's an official, but that is great stuff. Rio had Charter Oak. Man, fired up, guys. Fired up. I can't wait to talk to Coach Carson at noon today. I'm glad this went relatively smooth. Send me some more comments here. Let's go. Congrats, Rio. Susan Levine, you are famous. Keep it going. I don't know if I'm famous. I'm just a guy willing to step in front of the mic here and record some thoughts and such. Let me see. Can I refresh this? Refresh. Keep them coming, guys. Nancy Reyes, let's go. Let's go, Rio. Yes, I love it. I love it indeed. So you heard it here first, guys. Live selection show. You'll be able to watch this. If you didn't get to see this live, of course, you'll be able to watch this on Facebook Live at some point. I'm glad the dress rehearsal went okay here. Can't wait to talk to Coach Carson at 12 o'clock today. I want to say congratulations to Jonathan Guerrero. As I mentioned earlier, he surpassed 3,000 yards rushing in his career. And I'm going to talk to Coach Carson about this. But to put this in perspective, Landon Goodwell is the all-time leading rusher at Rio Hondo, I think roughly 4,500 yards. Okay, Landon played 3 full seasons of varsity. He came up as a freshman and played, I want to say 5 games as a freshman, 3 playoff games, and probably 2 other game, and he wasn't the primary back, but he got a lot of carries in probably 5 games as a freshman. So half a season as a freshman, basically, amount of carries. Sophomore year, let me see, that was RU. So probably another 10 games, 1 playoff game. Junior year, another full season, 2 playoff games, I believe, and then his senior year, full season and 4 playoff games, ultimately losing in the CIF finals. Those are Landon's numbers. Nate Tycho, who's second on the all-time rushing list, I think, with like 3,600 yards. Again, these are rough numbers, or not rough numbers, I think they're rough numbers, whatever the term is. But Nate Tycho, 3 years as a running back for Rio Hondo Prep. I believe started as a sophomore. I could be wrong, but Nate racked up all kinds of yards, 2 full seasons, obviously, as a junior and a senior. And I think he got a lot of carries as a sophomore. To put all that in perspective, Jonathan Guerrero this year, obviously this season, a 10-game season and at least 1 more game. Last year played 3 games, 3-game season because of the pandemic hysteria, I'll say. Anyway, my words, no one else's. So 3 games as a junior, as a sophomore, yes, he played the entire season, but he wasn't the full-time starter until about halfway through the season, where he got the bulk of the carries. After I think it was Alex Esquiaki, I believe his name was. I think he was the starter. He got injured. Jonathan Guerrero stepped in as a sophomore, and then he did get a handful of carries as a freshman. I remember watching him for the first time in a playoff game. So you can't really count much of his freshman year, but he had a great sophomore season. That was an incredible team too. Watch them lose up the road here in where was that? Rio Valley, I believe, that playoff game. Rio had that game, man, and just couldn't quite get it done. Undefeated season, 10-0, and then they lost. I think they won a playoff game and then lost. So 2 playoff games his sophomore year, the 3-game season he had as a junior, and then of course 10 games so far as a senior. The numbers he has put up have just been incredible. I talked to my brother the other night about him, and just if you look at yards per carry, I mean, he has to have the record there. Yards per carry for sure. Don't be glamorous, just don't be. Oh, that's from that's from a friend commenting on the matchup. But so if you put it in perspective, Jonathan Guerrero has 3,000 yards, whatever it is, just over 3,000. Landon Goodwell, 4,500 yards. Landon Goodwell is one of the best football players Rio has ever had, but he got those 4,500 yards in a lot of games as compared to Jonathan Guerrero with a limited body of work because of that, his junior season being taken from him. To not have that year, I don't know. I mean, he could have got injured, things could have happened, but there could be an argument, I think, that Landon's all-time rushing record could have been in jeopardy had the pandemic, the shortened season, was not in effect. Okay, Jan Balon says, not gonna lie, kind of rooting for the Kares. Y'all know I didn't want to leave. My sister was a demerit magnet. That's right. Megan Balon, love her. Jan's sister. But yeah, they were in Rio, and Jan ended up leaving. But yes, John Lee, welcome to the show. Get this, John. Rio Hondo Prep's in the playoffs, Division 7, and they have a long road trip down Arrow Highway to Charter Oak. They are playing the Charter Oak Chargers, a 5-5 football team. I'm not sure why they get to host that game, by the way. 5-5 versus 9-1. That's kind of odd. Who determined that? Very, very interesting. Anyway, Mark Carson just texted me. Let's go. Yes, I agree. I am so fired up. This is awesome, man. And the Carson family residence, is in Covina, right by Wingate Park. And so that was a big reason Mark used to go to a lot of games. I should call Mark right now, although he's probably in church texting me. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, Mark, if I sold you out. That's hilarious. Jan, yes, I know you didn't want to leave, brother. I know you didn't want to leave. We had some good times playing ball together at Rio Hondo Prep. So you know what, Jan? Either way, you win on Friday night, buddy. You got Rio Hondo ties. You got Charter Oak ties. It's just a shame they both have to play each other in the first round. Great for the program, past, present, and future. I agree, Mark. This couldn't be better. I'm sorry, guys. I got a lot going on. I'm texting. I got my Rams are up 7-0. Beautiful against the Houston Texans. Man, in Houston. I'm telling Mark I'm on live right now. And I'm probably quoting every text he said, but oh well. He'll find out one way or another. This is just incredible news, guys. I mean, Rio Hondo Prep has taken down some giants in the past, has played some public schools in the past in the playoffs. They went toe-to-toe with Artesia a few years back. Should have won that game through an interception at the goal line. They hung with Rio Valley, who was a huge school that eventually lost to El Monte in the semifinals in a very close football game. But this one is special. It could have been someone like Northview, again, Glendora, those types of schools. But to play Charter Oak, a school that has had a lot, and I mean a lot, of former Kare Youth League members, Kare Youth League kids who didn't end up going to Rio Hondo Prep, but then ended up going to Charter Oak, and there was no love lost. It was kind of like, it was special watching guys, because Covina, that Wingate Park right up the street there, it's not too far from Charter Oak. This is just about as a great a matchup possibility as I can think. I'm shocked that it's happening. Rio was not necessarily happy with being in a higher division, but in a way, it's an opportunity. You can't look at it as Rio's wanted to do this a long time, jump up a division, play local public schools, really show them what they got. And from Coach Carson right now, he said, let's pack that stadium on Friday. I agree, Mark. I agree. The stands are decent size, pretty standard, really. Let's get there early, Rio Hondo fans. You don't have to travel very far. Get there early, and let's absolutely fill Charter Oak Stadium. I forget what it's called, but you can't miss it. It's right off of, what is that, Badillo and Cypress. It sits between there, just off of Sunflower, Bonnie Cove, I believe. Not Bonnie Cove, Sunflower. Anyway, it's very, very close. And I have no doubt that Rio Hondo fans will, in fact, fill that entire stadium. If you have not watched Rio Hondo football in a while, and maybe you're a fan from a distance and you haven't been able to get to a game, this is obviously a game to get to on Friday night because of how local it is, because they're getting a chance to play. The local team, and play somebody that is that knows Rio, knows a lot of Rio kids, or they has had a lot of kids come from the Kare Youth League program. This is just fantastic. Okay, back to some messages here. Let me see. Sam Hersema, Landon got the bulk of his yards from the left tackle his senior year. I agree, Sam. Yes, that big number 55 leading the way for Landon Goodwell. That off tackle runs there from my brother Sam Hersema. Or were you wearing 75 that year? I'm trying to remember. Anyway, thank you for that, Sam. Let me see. Anybody else? Why are these out of order? I'm not positive. Anyway, fill that stadium on Friday night, guys. Fill it. Get there early. They usually have a pretty good little snack bar, snack shack. It's a nice stadium. I've driven by it all the time. You can't miss it they removed the I think the ivy or they used to have on the fence on the, what would that be? The Badillo side. So you can kind of drive by and see the game going on. If you're on the Cypress side, it's further away, but it's a fun little sight to see the field off in the distance. So this is phenomenal. This is just outstanding. Okay, back to some business. As I mentioned, 12 o'clock, we're going to sit down with head coach Mark Carson. We are going to broadcast again on Facebook Live. That's an opportunity for you guys to ask coach some questions, to react to what's going on here. And if you want to jump on the Zoom, we're going to have a few people on the call. Again, a few members of the coaching staff. If for some reason you want to be on there, then we can probably accommodate that. But Facebook Live at 12 o'clock today will be the regularly. I might post both of these episodes actually on Monday, on tomorrow, for those that didn't get a chance to watch this live. This will be posted on Monday, of course. So no, I don't want the most relevant. Sorry, guys. I want all comments. I have to keep doing this. Otherwise I won't get one for somebody. Okay. Fred Monoblanco, playing at Charter Oak might as well be a home game. The game is being played at Wingate Park practically. I agree, Fred. I agree. Cardinals ruled Wingate. Jan, I don't know what century you were living in. The Cardinals did not rule Wingate. Not when you were playing, my good sir. I think you had one title to speak of in your illustrious career there. And that was, a bad day for the Gators, I'll say. I don't want to count the trophies that the Gators won over your Cardinals, but I can if you want to. If you want to look at Cardinals, a great organization. I respect them. Nothing but respect for the Cardinals. Phil Horton, Scott Weidman, incredible leaders there. But your years, Jan, those are some down years for the Cardinals and some great years for the Gators. If you want to go there, we can. Just choose your words wisely, buddy. Okay. Back to live comments, all comments anymore. Wish I could watch them pop up here on the screen, but maybe I can. And I'm just not very smart, guys. You never know. Okay. Anyway, well, guys, this has been so much fun. Unless you guys have any more questions for me, I think I'm going to step aside here, kind of get ready for the Facebook Live I'm going to do with Coach Mark Carson. I will see if I can get a player or two on here as well. But probably this show's going to be, because we're doing it live, not going to be as like structured necessarily. We're going to do our best to run the show. So as you can tell, I'm a little flustered even just because I'm outside of my normal routine here. But we are going to have some more fan interaction. By all means, comment all you want. And if you would rather be on the Zoom call, I don't think there's a limit to how many I can have, but how many people I can have on it. I upgraded to the whatever the other feature. Trying to read and talk is not easy. I must say that. I'm not a hero by any means. I am simply trying to do a job here. So we got a lot of cleaning up to do here from our Halloween evening, but all that can wait. Rio Hondo Prep is in the playoffs, my friends. They are in the playoffs Friday night at Charter Oak. Yes, you heard that correctly. It sounds even weird to say, but I couldn't be more happy for the seniors, for the football team. An opportunity, guys. This is an opportunity of a lifetime to take on a local school that Rio has wanted to play for a very, very long time. And unfortunately, schools like, I don't know, Arroyo, Arcadia, when you throttle teams like that, they don't want to come back and play again. They're all talk kind of before the game. So I'm not putting any words into Charter Oak players' mouths or anything. I think this is a great opportunity, though. Rio Hondo is going to play hard on Friday night. An opportunity to take down one of the local legendary programs, really. When you think of San Gabriel Valley football, you got Bishop Amat is up there. Los Altos has had some legendary teams as well. But Charter Oak, for their history, their tradition, I mean, you can't talk about San Gabriel Valley football without talking about Charter Oak. So I think the kids will understand this, but this is an opportunity of a lifetime for these guys to just play someone local, somebody that is right up the road, that a win over Charter Oak, even though Charter Oak's down, they have fallen from what they once were. A win over Charter Oak would be incredibly special for the Rio Hondo Prep program. It would make noise throughout the San Gabriel Valley and really, I think, establish Rio as one of the powers in San Gabriel Valley, not just in small schools football, but in the entire area. And it would be cool to play some other teams, but of all the teams that Rio could have potentially played in the first round in this division, I love the fact that they're playing Charter Oak. This is very sentimental for me as someone who lived in the area. I went to Glendora games. I went to Northview games because my cousins played there. My parents, my whole family went to Northview. So a lot of those games, but games I would often go to because they were right around the corner were Charter Oak games. Great program, always fun to watch. And it was fun to see some other friends play there. So just fired up for this. Can't say it enough. Fired up. Can't wait to talk to Coach Carson about this. It'll be very special for him and I. I know he is probably just praising God right now for this opportunity that you get to. I'm kind of glad it's a road game to get to play at that field. It's a short trip for Rio. And if they do win, having a road game of whatever 10 miles it is or something is a lot better than having to travel to the moon. Even though we know the Rio Hondo Prep fans would follow Rio to the moon and back. Let me refresh here and get some more comments. If there's any more before I sign off. Doesn't look like it. Thanks for the announcement. That's pretty much it, guys. Okay. Well, again, to repeat, 12 o'clock, we'll be back. I will have Coach Carson on the podcast. Some other coaches on the staff will be on as well. And can't be more excited. I can't wait for Friday. I just absolutely cannot wait. I got to find a way to get there, but I am just so excited for this. Can't wait for this opportunity of a lifetime for Rio Hondo Prep to take on the Charter Oak Chargers. Local flair, local. I can't put it. I've been mumbling and stuttering this entire time. I don't know what to say, except I'm excited. This couldn't have worked out better. Rio Hondo with an incredible opportunity. And I hope they make it happen, guys. Take down the Charter Oak Chargers. Take them down, guys. I believe in you. Rio Hondo believes in you, your fan base and alumni. The only problem with playoff games is I don't think we can live stream them. I think Mr. Bray has to kind of wait. I don't think he can live stream them. So that's because of CIF playoff rules or something or other. So Oh, I hope there's no issues. It cancels a game or something. So I don't know why those thoughts are jumping into my head, but ever more the reason for you guys out there to get out to the game. There's no real excuse. If you live locally, if you're in another state, John Lay, Steve Amon, hey, jump on a plane, guys. I'm just kidding, but to take on Charter Oak, this is a special opportunity. I'm excited about it. Hope to see you guys at 12 o'clock when we'll be back on here. So get some extra coffee, get some breakfast, everybody, and we'll come back strong and ready to rock and roll for our podcast that will be released on Monday with head coach Mark Carson, as well as some other coaches. And we'll talk about the matchup, talk about maybe if Mark has seen them on film yet, in person. I think maybe he has, just because he lives so close to them, even though he's in Arcadia now. Visiting the parents, maybe he knows a little bit about the Charter Oak program. We'll talk about all that 12 o'clock. Enjoy your coffee, enjoy your breakfast. We will see you then, whether it's on Facebook Live or you want to jump on the Zoom to be on here with the coaches to talk to them. That's cool too. However you join us, thanks for supporting the Get Home Safe podcast. Go Rio Hondo Friday night. Beat the Chargers. Rio Hondo at Charter Oak Friday night, first round of the Division 7 playoffs. We'll see you guys at 12 o'clock.